Yo, 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 what it do? Team K here, back for part 7 of my Blu-Ray collection. No rambling, we're just gonna get right into it. So the first movie for today is The Tournament. This is, like it says here already, it's like Battle Royale with killers. And yeah, it's like an Americanized version of Battle Royale, where a bunch of serial killers participate in a game for survival. And yeah, the movie is really dope. It's gruesome, heavily violent, but it is dope as shit. You know what I'm saying? Love Ving Rhames. Gotta give him some props, man. He's a very underrated actor. Then we got my boy Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. I love that fucking movie, Total Recall, directed by Paul Verhoeven. Just like in the last part, RoboCop, that was also directed by Paul Verhoeven. And yeah, man, fun, enjoyable action film, sci-fi, takes place on Mars, I believe, on the planet Mars. And yeah, man, this is just dope. Really, really dope. A movie that just kind of blends dreams and reality. Or at the end, you don't know, which is which. You know what I'm saying? Just dope as fuck, man. Love, 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 love this one. Big fan of this movie. Then we got The Town. I gotta be honest, for a long time I did not want to watch this movie because I'm not the biggest fan of Ben Affleck, neither am I a fan of Jeremy Renner. I don't know, these guys never did anything for me, you know what I'm saying? But I guess after Batman v Superman, where I kind of enjoyed Ben Affleck as Batman, I guess that's where I kind of changed my opinion on him a little bit, and I think that's when I bought The Town on Blu-ray. And I gotta say, bro, this is an incredible heist movie. Um, yeah, man, I'm definitely glad that I pulled the trigger on this one, bought the Blu-ray, and watched it because I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching this film. This is an incredible movie. Really, really underrated. Really underrated. Absolutely amazing film, if you ask me. Definitely go out and check this one out. Then we got another South Korean film, Train to Busan. This is a zombie movie, and this one came out at a time where the whole topic of zombie movies or zombies in media were on a decline. Especially after The Walking Dead and all of that shit. And Train to Busan, they kind of you know revitalized the zombie for a moment there, and put out a great fucking film. I think Train to Busan is a phenomenal movie. It's kind of like, it's just zombies on trains, and it's freaking awesome. You know what I mean? Also has a lot of character development. It's not a dumb, mindless movie. Has a lot of character development in there. And yeah, definitely pulls a lot of tear strings. You know what I mean? It's not a mindless movie whatsoever. I think this is one of the hidden gems of the 2010s, if you ask me. Then we got the all-time classic Training Day, directed by Antoine Fuqua, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. Great fucking thriller film. What more can I say? This is just all-time classic. Always will be one of my favorite movies of all time. Amazing. Amazing. That's all I have to say. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know this movie by now, if you're a fan of Denzel Washington or whatever, or of hood movies and you haven't watched this one yet, what the fuck are you doing with your life, man? That movie is an all-time classic. Then we got Trespass, movie starring Ice-T and Ice Cube, and William Sadler and Bill Paxton. And yeah, this movie is also really nice. You know what I'm saying? It's like a thriller-ish, a little bit with a little bit of action in there. Really good stuff, man. I just find it funny that Ice Cube and Ice T are together in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Especially Ice Cube, I think is kind of weird in that movie with his gold tooth and shit. I cannot find a really serious in that film. You know what I'm saying? He's done some good acting jobs. Trespass was not quite one of them, but it's still a great movie nonetheless. It's really enjoyable, in my opinion. Then we got another horror spoof movie, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This is great comedy right here. This makes fun of all the cabin horror movies like Evil Dead, and all these different types of films, and it's just fun, man. It plays with those typical horror tropes in a very beautiful, funny way, and it's just a fun time all around. Love this shit, man. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, very underrated movie in my opinion. Then we got a movie whose sequel I talked about in the last part, Unbreakable, M. Night Shyamalan movie. Yeah, this is the one that kind of started the trilogy, you know, with Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. And this is, you know, when M. Night Shyamalan was at the top of his game, man. You know, putting out these amazing films like Unbreakable, which is a comic book movie or superhero movie that is unlike any other superhero movie out there. You know, amazing stuff. You know, Bruce Willis in there, Samuel Jackson, amazing idea. You know, definitely go up and look up the trailer, you know, and you can get a good insight into, you know, what this movie's gonna be about. And me personally, I think the movie is brilliant. I disregarded it for a long time. Very, very happy that I actually, you know, that I went in and actually checked the movie out, because I think this is one of the best superhero films that you can watch. I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. How the way M. Night Shyamalan kind of flipped the whole superhero movie topic on its head and did something completely different and something else with it. It's absolutely phenomenal how he did it. Then we got Undisputed II, Last Man Standing, with Scott Adkins and Michael Jai White. Phenomenal film. This is completely different from the first Undisputed, you know, the one with Ving Rhames and what was the other guy? Wesley Snipes. The first one was all about boxing, you know what I'm saying? This was a straight up boxing movie or boxing drama. This movie right here takes it to a whole nother level with the action, because I think that movie has some amazing fighting scenes in there. You know, it continues the story of the first one, but somehow it just kind of revamps the whole story of the first one and gives it a whole new spin, which, you know, obviously worked in the series' favor, and they kind of went with that new idea right here and, you know, carried on with that, because this is just dope as a motherfucker. I fucking love that movie just for the fighting, man. Michael Jai White, I always enjoy watching. I think he's super duper underrated. And, you know, Scott Adkins is also a great fighter, man. You know, in this movie is definitely a must have if you like martial arts films. Then we got Undisputed III, Redemption. This is the movie where it kind of where it takes, you know, the villain of the second one, flips it on its head, and actually make him the villain, the good guy. And yeah, there's another one that I fucking love right here. Some more action and great fighting in here. Love these Undisputed films. They're just great, man. And of course, you know, since I liked the previous two so much, I had to get Undisputed IV as well. And yeah, there's another one that I fucking love. Um, there's some good shit, man. Cannot go wrong with these Undisputed films, man. They're all great. With Scott Adkins as part of the cast, you know. Then we got here a movie that I also really love. This is a mobster film directed by Brian De Palma, The Untouchables. Love it. You know what I'm saying? This is all about, a group of cops trying to take down Al Capone, played by Robert De Niro. And yeah, man, fucking amazing film. You know, there's not much I have to say about this one. I mean, if you love mobster movies, this is one of those movies that are mandatory to watch if you like the genre. You know what I mean? Me personally, I fucking love it. I think the movie is really amazing. Then we got an action film that I think is the better version of Venom. This movie is called Upgrade. Yeah, man. This, yeah, like I said, has the same premise, the same idea as the movie Venom, but it is just better in every way. The main character is a lot more charismatic, way more likable. Um, the effects are better, like the CGI in this one is great, man. Whereas when you look at Venom, that movie looked cheap, although it is a super expensive movie. Like the production costs for that one were really, really high, and still that movie sucked ass, man. But Upgrade was done on a budget, but you don't really see it, man. I think that movie was incredibly well done for the limited budget that they had, and the action and everything, the special effects, everything about this movie is absolutely incredible, and it's definitely makes this movie worthwhile, if you ask me. Then we got another thriller right here, one of my favorites, The Usual Suspects, with with the likes of Gabriel Byrne, Kevin Pollak, great comedian Kevin Pollak, Kevin Spacey, Benicio del Toro, of course, Giancarlo Esposito. Oh man, this is just great, bro. Really nice thriller film right here. Very underrated. Not many people talk about it, but they should, because this movie is freaking awesome. And of course, here front and center on the cover, you got the infamous interrogation scene. Very legendary. Love that movie right here. Then we got a John Singleton movie, which for the longest I was not really a big fan of, but it grew on me over time. Four Brothers. As you can see here, Four Brothers. Yeah, dope fucking film with Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese, Andre 3K, and Garrett Hedlund. And yeah, this movie is dope as shit, man. This pretty much a story. The plot is all about, the mother of these four guys. It's like a foster mother. She gets killed, and they are out for revenge. That's pretty much it, and it's a great revenge movie, and definitely worth watching. Then we got yet another movie starring Tyrese Gibson, and that is Waist Deep, with Megan Good and The Game and Lawrence Tate, phenomenal actor. If you ask me, Lawrence Tate is an incredible actor. And yeah, Waist Deep, another great film. This movie is all about the main character. What was his name? O2, Otis. His kid gets kidnapped by this guy right here, his henchman, I guess. And him and this chick, played by Megan Good, they are basically on the path to finding his son. And it's also at the same time kind of like a revenge story as well. Good movie. I like it a lot. I don't always watch it, but But when I do, I definitely enjoy myself watching that. I think that movie is really nice. Then we got, man, this is one of my all-time favorites, The Warriors. The Warriors, the Warriors, the Warriors. Warriors come out to play. Yo, bro, I cannot watch this movie without thinking about P Diddy, bro. Like fucking that, the what was it, the Flavor in Your Ear remix when Pity starts off. Um, Bad boy, come out and play. Bro, that dude is cringe as a motherfucker. You know. Diddy got what's coming to him, by the way, man. Like what was going on with him and his suspect ass, man. He got it coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy every parts of it, seeing him go down because he always seemed suspicious to me. Bro, you cannot tell me that this guy does not have fucking dirt on him, like super mad dirt on him, you know what I'm saying? The way he's been dancing in his music videos and fucking being all naive in interviews and shit. I mean, go and watch like the interview with Ellen on the Ellen show when she was asking P Diddy about his daughter dating when his daughter was like 15 and he was being all naive and shit. Motherfucker, Diddy, you are from the hood, bro. How are you acting like this, man? Come on, bro. He got what he deserves, man. I still believe that he is responsible for the death of Biggie and Tupac. Can't nobody tell me any different. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that he's going through what he's going through, bro. I think that guy definitely has a lot of dirt on him. You know what I mean? But that being said, man, The Warriors, incredible film. You know what I'm saying? This is the first movie that kind of showed like gang culture in a really good way, in a real way. I mean, you also had movies like The Wanderers, but it was more like, um, I don't know, The Wanderers was not for me, but The Warriors was really the shit, man. I mean, this is a movie that I thoroughly enjoy till this fucking day, man. I fucking love that movie to death. It's one thing I can always watch. You know what I'm saying? It's not too long of a movie. Anyways, like 80 to 90 minutes or something. It flies by like this. It's just a very enjoyable movie. Although the Blu-ray, the director's cut, I don't know. With all these like CGI comic book panels in there, sprinkled like in between, it just kind of takes you out of the experience a little bit. You know what I mean? But regardless, it is a must watch. Definitely a must watch if you ask me. That movie will always be one of my top 25 favorite movies ever. I think that movie is fucking amazing. Then we got Watchmen. Watchmen, comic book film. Um, Honestly, I don't remember too much of it. It's been a long time since I watched it, like 10 plus years, way over a decade since the last time I watched it. All I know is directed by Zack Snyder, who has done other comic book movies and movies in a similar fashion, like Sucker Punch, 300, and all that shit. Definitely need to watch Watchmen again, but who knows when that will happen. Then we got another all-time classic right here, Jaws. It doesn't say the title in there, but it's Jaws. Steven Spielberg movie. One of the greatest fucking blockbuster films ever, man. This was like one of the first blockbusters, where that made people afraid of sharks and everything. Incredible film. Absolutely high recommendation. Still very much watchable today, especially with the way they remastered this movie. The picture quality on this one looks delicious. It is an absolutely gorgeous Blu-ray transfer right here. Definitely a must watch, in my opinion. I think the movie is a 10 out of 10. I fucking love it. Then we got one of my favorite comedies with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. This one is called White Men Can Jump. Doesn't have the original title in there. Nice. I think it also doesn't say here, but it's White Men Can Jump. And yeah, amazing film. It's all about basketball. The dynamic between these two is just great. You know what I mean? Love it. Super dope. Especially, this is like one of the most underrated comedies ever. Nobody really talks about it, but I talk about it. And I'll tell you, go and watch this shit. This is freaking amazing. Very underrated with a great soundtrack too. All I'm gonna say is, you faking the funk, yo, you faking the funk. Alright, next up, we got another boxing drama, and this is Raging Bull. And yeah, it says here, right there, Raging Bull. Martin Scorsese film, black and white film, starring Robert De Niro as the legendary boxer Jake LaMotta. And yeah, it's kind of like a biographical film, and it's very great character study. You know, it's definitely goes under your skin a little bit. You know, performances are great. Has some good boxing scenes in there. You know, very very dope. Highly underrated, but definitely a must watch. In my opinion, almost better than Rocky. In my opinion, I think that movie is really slept on because nobody talks about it. But that movie is the shit. Raging Bull is dope as fuck. Just like this, The Wild Bunch. This is a Sam Peckinpah film. And that was a movie. It's like a Western film that has like one of the that was like one of the first movies that had like one of the biggest shootouts at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like the shootout at the end was just crazy, man. I mean, for 60s standards, that was unheard of, you know. And yeah, man. But to be honest, it's been a while. I have to watch the movie again. It's been way too long, bro. I don't remember too much of it. All that stuck in my mind was that final shootout at the end, and that was about it. You know what I mean? I need to watch it again. Then we got Us, directed by Jordan Peele. I'm definitely with the overall consensus that this is not Jordan Peele's best movie, you know, and definitely a little worse than Get Out. But at the same time, I don't hate the movie quite as much as other people do. You know, some people swear that this movie is trash. No, it's not, bro. It's not a trash movie. But it definitely could have been better, you know. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But man, you still have to experience the movie because this one has some pretty sick and twisted shit in there, man. Yeah, then we got another South Korean film, action movie, The Witch, Subversion. And yeah, this was a big surprise for me because I don't want to watch a movie about a fucking witch. That's number one. Number two, young female leads in movies. I don't know. Usually is not really for me. You know what I mean? Just look at the movie. I don't know if you remember this movie, action film called Hannah. That was not for me. And there was some other action movies with, you know, young female leads that were just not my thing. But this movie really surprised me. That shit was off the fucking chain, bro. This one had amazing action. And yeah, the female lead, man, the lead character in this film, she was actually, you know, very. She made a good impression, bro. Like so much that I even bought the sequel on Blu-ray. But That one I have yet to get to, you know what I'm saying? But man, that first Subversion movie, the Witch Subversion, was dope as fuck. And then we got The Wolf of Wall Street, Martin Scorsese film starring Leo, my man Leo right here. And yeah, man, this is just a great movie, man. Super fun. This is a movie where you can tell that Leonardo DiCaprio, he had the most fun time of his life shooting this film. You know what I mean? And obviously, you know, as a viewer, you enjoy the movie vicariously through the actors. You know, you can tell they all had a blast filming this one. And yeah, me included, bro. I think the movie is just amazing, man. So good. Definitely go out and watch this. The Wolf of Wall Street. Dope as fuck. Then we got another spoof movie. This is the last movie in the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy, The World's End. You know, this is like a catastrophe movie with obviously the world coming to an end with aliens taking over and shit like that. Not quite as good as the two previous films, but still a very enjoyable film regardless, you know what I'm saying? With those two, you know, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, you cannot go wrong. You know, it's just a fun time. And then for the last one, I'm gonna end off with a big bang. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Sergio Leone. I don't think it says the original. Yeah, it doesn't have the original title, but it's just The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Iconic Western film. One of the greatest Western films of all time. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. The movie is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. The way they shot it, the whole premise and idea of this movie, you know, Clint Eastwood, of course, and fucking, you know, the whole way this movie was made, it was just fantastic throughout, man. Definitely highly recommended. 10 out of 10 movie right here. Amazing. So yeah, that was part 7 of my Blu-ray collection. But that was not it. I still have a bunch of movies with slipcovers to go through. So that will take up a whole video. Then I got some boxes, special editions and shit to go through. That will be its own video. And then I have a somewhat short update to go through as well, of like 20 movies or something like that, man. And that will be also its separate video, you know. So the Blu-rays are not done yet, but I try to breeze through it as fast as possible so we can move on to, I think, the vinyl records after, you know, because the way my vinyl collection is at the moment right now, I think it's pretty much spot on. You know what I'm saying? I got what I want. I got what I need. Got some really dope shit in here, vinyl wise. And yeah, man, I sold a lot of stuff. Kept adding new stuff to my collection. And the way the collection looks right now, I'm pretty much set. You know what I'm saying? All I need to do is just finish off the Blu-ray series, and then I think we'll move on with the vinyl, you know what I'm saying? And those will be long, man. That will be a long ass series, because I think I will show like 15 records per video. So that will probably be like 20 videos. So so yeah, man. With that being said, man, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Give me some recommendations in the comment section. And we'll see you in the next Blu-ray collection video. Part 8 will probably be there by next week or something like that. Until then, you know, as always, keep it cool, guys. And have a great weekend, alright? Peace. Have a good one.